Most favourably. I've been on the board now for, I think, 4 years, and I've visited the symposium on at least 2 occasions. And what I've seen is a greater focus in the main axes or themes, and also better integration, for example, between the animal and the human areas, which seem to me to be closer together. And I do have a sense of greater teamwork in this group overall, which is very refreshing and exciting. But obviously they are in the people, the scientists, the enthusiasm at all levels. You have excellent leadership, you also have some really good clinicians, and you have excellent students and postdoctoral people. And I think it all begins there. They all seem to be pretty well funded, so that they're able to pursue the projects that they're doing with great enthusiasm and focus. And that shows, because then you begin to be more generous with your ideas, you begin to discuss with other groups, and everything works much better. You integrate much better as a result. And we're beginning to see the benefits of this brilliant form of funding over the last few years. Weaknesses for something like this always have to be considered in terms of added value. I see lots of added value. In other words, things that happen with the Synapsy overall that wouldn't happen if people pursued their individual projects. But you can also always ask for more added value. I guess the big problem for Synapsy, and indeed the whole field, is the interface, the interaction with Big Pharma. Because ultimately we want to treat these disorders, depression, major depressive disorder, bipolar, schizophrenia. These are major burdens on society. We need to treat them. How are we going to treat them? There's no clear indication from Synapsy how they're going to encourage Big Pharma to come back into the fold and begin to invest, as they must do, to produce new drug treatments. The other way that possibly one can do this is by intervening psychologically. And Synapsy's psychology is strong, but it could be even stronger. So I, myself being a psychologist, think that the future of the field has to be a fusion of psychology, basic neuroscience and psychiatry. It's certainly competitive at an international level. I mean, the Swiss neuroscientists are among the best in the world. They are interacting internationally within this particular program, and I would certainly say that it's at least on par with anything we have in the UK. In the UK, my own enterprise is very much focused on Cambridge. That's difficult enough to bring together neuroscientists in Cambridge to tackle this interface between psychiatry and neuroscience. But here you're doing it nationally in Switzerland. I think that's really very creditable for you. And I'm not sure there is any comparable funding or comparable group in the world, actually, who's doing quite this. So I think it's doing pretty well. Well, I think you do have to review your projects periodically and make sure that the integration is still there. It's important to keep talking. I think it's important also to consider whether some lines are worth pursuing further, or whether one needs to focus on some of the discoveries. At this time of a project like this, the big things should be emerging. What are going to be the real discoveries which mark the success of something like Synapsy? And I think that's what Synapsy should be doing at the moment. What are the big ones? What I call the alpha projects, which have really delivered. And that's sometimes a difficult thing to do, because you still have a number of lines of investigation. You're not quite sure which one is going to be the best or the most successful. But now you have to make some difficult decisions and go for it.